Welcome to my world. How do I set up a business Facebook page? Well, we're going to answer that question. If you go to www.facebook.com, we're going to set up your profile. One of the very first things that you want is a good profile picture. For example, as you're looking at my picture right here, you see that I have a pencil sketch behind me. Well, this is all well and good, but we're talking about Facebook. And that's exactly what this is, Facebook. People are not interested in what's in your background. They're interested in you. They're interested in your face. And so you need to have a good profile photo. And if you don't have a good photo, then you might consider having one professionally done. Also, you want to make sure that in the photo that you have a big smile. Okay, I think you get the picture. So here we have a big smile. In other words, this is Facebook. It's a social media. And the reason why people are here is because they want to connect with family and friends, and they want to make new friends. One thing that I might mention, you may think that you're going to build your business or make money with Facebook. Well, yeah, that's true, you can, but you need to have the proper training to do it. For example, and I know that you can understand this, people do not want to be sold. In other words, they're on here because they want to meet with family and friends or make new friends, and the last thing that they want is for somebody to try to sell them. They feel like you're trying to push something down their throat. So there's a way to do that, and I will teach you how to do that in another video. But let's continue on with our setup. When you go to Facebook, up there in that blue bar at the very top and over to the right, you'll see a circle. Looks like the earth or a globe, and to the right of that, you'll see a little blue drop-down arrow. You want to hit that, and then a menu will drop down. And that has a help section in it, where we're looking at right now. And this is something I would encourage you to get familiar with. It says, how do I create a page? Well, number one, it has go to facebook.com/pages or not dot, but /create. And you see that it's a link. And in that link, that will even go into greater detail on how you can create a Facebook page. And number two there, it says choose a page category. And we're going to do that here in this presentation. And number three, it says select a more specific category. And what that's going to do, it's going to build on number two. And then number four, then get started. And so we're going to cover those 4 points here in this presentation. Then it has some related topics there, and I would recommend that you get familiar with that. It says what page names are allowed on Facebook. And you want to be careful in selecting a name. In other words, you don't want to have your account taken away from you. Then it goes on and says, how do I then convert my personal account to a Facebook page? And so I would suggest that you get familiar with that. Therefore, you will not be in violation of the terms and agreements with Facebook. All right. Now I'm going to continue with our setup. In setting up your page, it's going to be asking you some questions. And the About Me section is very important. And under the About Me section, you will have a number of tabs. One is Work and Education. You want to make sure that you fill that out. Then you have Places that you've lived. You want to make sure that you fill that out. Contact and Basic Info. Clear that and make sure that that is filled out. Then we have Family and Relationships. And that really gets to the heart of things here, because this is a social network. So you want to have family and relationships. Then it goes into details about you. Now this is a very important point. In the details, you want to be creative and you want to say things about you. This is where you're going to have your wow factor. And so you want to say things that draw people to you. For example, people love to hear stories. That's why they're on Facebook. This is a social media. And so you need to be able to tell a story that causes people to be attracted to you. And then you have life events, and you fill those out. And when you fill those out, you want to make sure that you make those public. One thing I would not make public is my phone number. Another thing that I would not make public is my business URLs. Again, this is Facebook. People do not want to feel like you're trying to sell them. And as I mentioned, there are ways to make Facebook very profitable, and I do cover that in other videos. The thing is, in filling out this About Me section, you do not want to be invisible. There are a lot of people who have a Facebook page and they do not fill out these tabs that we were just talking about, and they are invisible to those who are doing a search on Facebook. And so if you don't fill those out, there's no way for people to know who you are. Again, if you're going to be doing any kind of business, people like to do business with people who they know, people who they trust. And again, I will get into that in another video. Now, as mentioned here in this help section, it says to choose a page category. And here we are. We have up in the top row to the left, we have local business or place. To the right of that, company, organization, or institution. To the right of that, brand or product. Then below in the left corner, we have artist, band, or public figure. To the right of that, we have entertainment. And to the right of that, we have cause or community. I'm going to go ahead and give a brief definition of these different categories. The local business is as if you have a store or a brick and mortar. That here is where you'll be dealing then with the information for yourself. To the right of that, you have a company, organization, or institution. Maybe you own a company, or maybe you own an online business. This would be your category. And then To the right of that, you have the brand or product, and pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of brand names or brand products out there, and this would be your category. Then down there in the lower left, we have the artist, band, or public figure. That will deal with athletes and dancers and writers and etc., etc. There'll be quite an extensive menu that will open up there. Then entertainment, that will deal with radio stations, book series or libraries and things such as that. And then to the right of that, you have cause or community. This is for charities or for non-profit. Maybe you're doing a funding, maybe it's something to deal with cancer, or maybe a church event. But a non-profit, that's where this would go. All right. So we go back up into the upper left-hand corner, and we start then with the local business. So you'll put in your business name and your contact information there, and then you'll see they get started. To the right of that is your company, organization, or institution, and it's going to ask for your company name, and you'll see there's a drop-down window with a variety of things in that category, and you'll select the one that is appropriate, and then you'll get started. To the right of that, you have brand or product. And you'll see again, there is a category, and there will be quite an extensive list within that drop-down menu. You'll choose the one that is appropriate to you and then get started. Then we come on down to the artist, the band, or the public figure. Again, there's a drop-down menu there. You'll make your selection, put in your name, and then you get started. Then we move over to entertainment. Another drop-down menu. You select the one that fits you, you put in your name, and you get started. And then we go to cause or community. Here again, the cause may be, as I mentioned, maybe a drive, a cancer fundraiser, maybe something to deal with a church, charity, something that deals with nonprofit. So you'll put that cause or that charity in there, and then you'll get started. Also, you'll create a group. All right. So that kind of gives us an overview of just how do I set up a business Facebook page. I appreciate you taking the time to allow me to share with you how to do a setup. As I mentioned, I have other videos that will go in more depth. Also, if you notice at the bottom of each page there, I have http://www.reginaldgardner.com. If you'd like to visit my site, I have a wealth of information that will help you to make a residual income, something that is easily done from your home. Again, thank you for visiting this particular series of lessons, and I wish you the very best in your endeavors, and may God bless you as you put your page together and as you connect with people. Thank you again. God bless.